Well, you've heard a lot of rumors that it's impossible to have a complete digital camera and a zoom lens, a whole kit for under $100. Well, you're wrong, because here it is, the $94 camera lens combo. Let's go.
Say, slow down. I don't like to move too fast. It drowns the truth with things that...
It's true. You can get a camera lens combo for under $100 if you're willing to take the time and look and make some sacrifices. Yes, this might be the best combo for $94 that I ever found online. All right, guys, this is Carmine from New York, professional photographer since 1973, photo class number 549. Hit the subscribe button, like button, thumbs up, comment below. You know what to do. Let's go. This is a review on the 2005 Nikon D70s. You've heard of the D70. This is the slightly improved D70s. All right. It's one of my favorite CCD film-like sensor cameras. The photos you'll see behind me are all taken with this camera, the Nikon D70s, a whole 6 megapixels, and this gorgeous Nikkor lens. It's a 55-200 AFS, which means autofocus. The S is for silent wave motor. It's VR, which means it's vibration reduction. Since the camera doesn't have in-body image stabilization, the lens certainly does, and you can control it here with the on-off switch right next to the autofocus manual switch. It's a lovely lens. The photographs you're seeing behind me were just taken by me today here with the New York City with the Nikon D70s and the 55-200 DX. Now, all about the lens. The lens is the Nikkor 55-200 VR, which means vibration reduction. It's an f4 to 5.6, which means when you're at 55 millimeters, it's an f4. Zoom all the way out to 200 millimeters, and it's a 5.6. It's a G lens. What does G mean? It has no aperture ring, and it needs its own built-in autofocus motor, even though the Nikon D70s does have a built-in autofocus drive, which means you can use them on those gorgeous older D lenses. It's a CCD film-like sensor inside, 6 megapixels, and it came out in 2005. Who cares? Now, some guys might say, but I have the D70. Why would I want to upgrade to the D70s? Well, yes, it's true there were slight improvements from the D70 to the D70s, but I find that they were quite important improvements. For example, they improved the autofocusing from the D70 and improved it here in the D70s. The screen in the back, right? Well, it might look a little small to today's standards, but this is bigger than the D70. The flash covers a wider area than compared to the D70. And don't forget, Whenever you're going to use your pop-up flash for taking portraits, always use the under $10 diffuser. It just slips right into the hot shoe and it diffuses the light from your pop-up flash. Not only just for the D70S, but for any camera that has a pop-up flash. I get these on Amazon. They're not a sponsor. They're under 10 bucks, and it makes your photographs, especially of people, improve from amateur to pro level because it knocks out those strong shadows. The other difference in the D70S compared to the D70 is that the menu was redesigned. It makes it a little easier to use. And there were slight improvements over the newer battery. Yes, you can use the same battery from the D70 into the D70S, but they made a new improved battery, which gives you a few more shots. It does have a great top screen, so when you're just looking down, it tells you everything that's going on. Your ISO, your aperture, etc. Now, it does have its own PASM dial right on top. Program mode, aperture priority, shutter priority, and manual. Now, what kind of memory card does it take? Well, it takes a CF card right there. CF cards are great because they're bigger, they're stronger made. The body of the card is stronger. It's more rugged than an SD card. I shoot with an 8 gig from SanDisk, and I have no issues. And I also shot all these photos in RAW. All right, now, prices. I said that you can get this whole kit if you watch. If you are willing to make a few sacrifices, you can get this whole kit in many places, maybe not together, but separately for under $100. How did I do it? Very simple. I went to mpb.com, not a sponsor. I paid for all this stuff. I looked up the D70S, and the cheapest one they had that was working, because they do sell ones that are not working. They call it for spares and parts, whatever. But this was in the condition called very well used, right? Well used. And the problem with it, the reason that I paid $51 for the camera, $51, was it was perfect shape, no issues, working correctly. It was that the grip, which is very common in 2005 cameras, the rubber grip starts to degrade, starts to fall apart, and it gets sticky. I love sticky grips. Why? Brings the price down. It has nothing to do about the working condition of the camera. I know how to fix them, and it does not involve alcohol. Guys, I want to tell you, stop putting alcohol on your rubber grips to clean it. There's a better way. First of all, putting alcohol on the grips, does it work? Sure, temporarily, but the rubber will continue to degrade. I fix these grips in under a minute. How? I buy this stuff. This is peel and stick felt. It's ultra, ultra thin. It comes in a big roll. It'll last you 2 lifetimes. You cut a piece that's big enough to go over the rubber grips. See here how I did it? Okay. You cut it. While it still has the paper backing on it, you can do dry fit, make sure it works. And then you simply peel off the backing to this super sticky back. This stuff is incredibly thin. It's incredibly durable. I'll put a link to it below. I bought it. It was not a sponsor, okay? But I believe in this stuff. You just peel it and you put it right on your grips. Is it permanent? I don't know. What's permanent? Now, do you mean by permanent, will it come off unintentionally? No, it will not come off unintentionally. I have these on a dozen cameras that I've used for years in the heat of the summer, in the cold of the winter. It does not come off. My hands are hot all the time, and there's no issues with it. It feels great. Does it make your camera slippery? Not at all. It's wonderful. In fact, I've contacted Nikon to tell them, go away from those rubber grips, vinyl grips. Go with this stuff. This is a felt. Now, by felt, I don't mean that it has a nap that's very big. It's very fine. It's very, very fine. And guess what? It reflects less light than the rubber grips. So if you're really doing some photojournalist work like I do, you don't want anything to reflect. You don't even want to be seen. That's why you'll notice in all my videos, I wear black clothing, because that's the dress of a photojournalist, is black, because you don't want to be seen. Okay, let's keep rolling. So that's why I got the camera for $51 with a battery, with a charger, and a neck strap, which of course I won't use because it says Nikon on it. All right. And well, I should really explain that. I have a video on it. I'll put a link below about don't advertise that you have a Nikon camera or a Fuji or a Leica, because it just makes the thugs say, oh, he's got good stuff. Let's take it from him. All right. Next, the lens. The lens I bought for $43. $43. Also on MPB. I compared it to eBay and KEH and Adorama. They had the best price. But remember, sacrifices. This was the cheapest AFS Nikkor 55-200 zoom lens. DX with vibration reduction. Why was it the cheapest? Not that it was broken. There was no cracks. Nothing. The grip wasn't even sticky. It said it had ultra light fungus in the lens. Guess what? I look for lenses for sale that say a little bit of fungus. Fungus means nothing if it's towards the front elements. If it's on the rear element, that's a problem. This had a little bit of fungus on the front. Look at the photographs that I took with this lens. There's absolutely no indication that the fungus had anything to do with degrading the photographs. It made no difference. That's why the lens was $43 on mpb.com. That's the sacrifices I'm talking about. A lens with a little fungus. They know that people will run if they see fungus on a lens because they don't know. It doesn't make a difference in the quality of your photographs. I'm a photojournalist. I make money selling photographs. How do you increase your profits? Bring down the cost of your equipment. Good equipment, but make a few sacrifices. Sticky grip, sacrifice, covered it, fixed it, fine. Lens, sacrifice, had a little fungus. Don't care, makes no difference, because I know you guys, please understand, you don't have to buy brand new. I absolutely rarely ever buy brand new cameras and lenses. Absolutely. Because just like buying a brand new car, that's the most expensive. When you buy a return on a lease, it's the best way to buy it. All right, let's get back to photography. One thing I love about this camera, the D70s, maximum shutter speed, 1/8,000th of a second. It's perfect. 1/8,000th of a second. Pretty darn good. And the ISO range of 200 to 1600 is perfect. See this pop-up rubber lens hood, right? It didn't come with the lens. I bought it. I bought it for $2. A used rubber lens hood. 52mm works perfectly. Now, one thing I want to say to all you guys and girls out there that are contemplating learning photography. Maybe you're taking a photography course in high school or college. This is perfect. This would be perfect for you guys. Especially your instructor, your professor will tell you it has the M setting on the dial for manual. That's how you learn photography. Learn your f-stops, your aperture, and your shutter speed, and your film speed, ISO. In this case, your digital speeds. It's perfect. And because students generally are broke, under $100 or thereabouts, that's the way to go. Let's look at all the photographs taken. Look at these pictures. Let's look at all of them, guys. Hit the subscribe button. Enjoy!